Hey everyone, Jack in Action here. Today we're going to talk about muscle spasms. So what is a muscle spasm? A muscle spasm is a side effect of paralysis that varies from mild muscle stiffness to severe uncontrollable leg movements. Now that we know what a muscle spasm is, it's important to know the benefits and disadvantages. Here are some benefits of muscle spasticity. It helps with muscle tone, so strengthening your muscles and preventing your muscles from atrophying. It improves circulation and blood flow. It helps maintain bone strength. It helps with daily function, so it can help you empty your bladder. It can help with transfers, and it can also help with dressing. And it's also beneficial to have a muscle spasm because it is a warning sign that could tell you that something else is wrong. Maybe you have an infection. And one thing I want to say about the daily functions too is that in my own life experience, spasms and muscle tone have helped me with my transferring, because when I do a transfer to a truck, my legs will sometimes extend out onto the cement, and it helps hold my body up while I finish the transfer. My muscle spasticity helps me with getting dressed because if I pull a certain way on my leg, it'll kick back so I can grab it much easier. Here are some disadvantages of muscle spasticity. They can be uncomfortable and painful. It can lead to injuries from collisions and falls. It can cause bladder leakage. The bladder is a muscle, and the bladder may begin to spasm, and then you leak out urine. It can disrupt daily living activities. And then it increases your risk for pressure sores. I'm going to go over 5 ways to reduce your muscle spasticity. So the first thing that you can do to reduce your muscle spasticity is by exercising. And there's different exercises that you can do. You can stretch, position your legs in different positions, which will help maintain range of motion, and it'll prevent the shortening or tightening of the muscles. Doctors can prescribe oral medications such as baclofen. Another option is getting injections. So you can get Botox injections and you can get Phenol Injections. At first I took baclofen orally, and then my muscle spasms were still really strong and it affected my daily living. So I tried out Botox injections, and the Botox injections worked pretty well for me. Let's pretend my hand is the nerve. Botox puts a glove over the nerve, so the nerve isn't as strong, so the muscle spasms aren't going to be as strong. And then I tried Phenol Injections. With Phenol Injections, it shrivels up the nerve, and then the nerve will slowly grow back. So the Phenol Injections are a lot stronger than the Botox injections. And for me, my left big toe, I used to be able to wiggle, but then soon after I had the Phenol Injections, it wasn't as easy for me to wiggle my left big toe. So that's a reason why I didn't want to get Phenol Injections again. So the next step that I actually took was Intrathecal Therapy. I got an intrathecal baclofen pump, which is the size of a hockey puck, and it's in my lower abdominal area, and then connected to it is a catheter, so a long plastic tube, and that way, instead of taking the baclofen orally, where it will spread across your whole body and to different organs, when you have the intrathecal pump, it will bring the concentrated dose of baclofen directly to your spine, so it'll get to the muscles that you want it to get to. It also will go to my upper body a little bit, but it'll mostly go to my lower body and it won't go to my organs. And the fifth option is to have neurosurgery. So it's a surgical procedure to destroy motor nerves of sensory spinal roots to potentially stop the spasticity. I can sometimes use my hands to lift under here and it can trigger a muscle spasm. So I'll try to get this leg going too. So besides starting a muscle spasm like this by lifting my leg up, I also get muscle spasms when I'm wheeling and I go over a bump, if it's pretty cold outside, if my body runs into something. So if I wheel into a wall or my knee gets hit by something, it'll trigger a muscle spasm. So you can see if I go like this, it gets my leg going even more. So I'll press down on it like that to stop it, but I'm gonna try and trigger a muscle spasm just by getting my foot plate and front wheels to hit the wood floor. See? Jack. The natural response for someone, if they were to be in a chair and they were able-bodied and they were in the same situation that I was in, once they hit the floor, they might react with their upper body or their lower body a little bit, just kind of a natural thing that just happens right away. So for me, since my spine isn't always receiving the correct messages because of the damage in the spinal column, there's miscommunication or the full message doesn't get sent, and the response is a muscle spasm. So this is a muscle spasm right here. Now I'm going to demonstrate muscle tone. So I get to the edge of my chair. I don't know. Hey everyone, I hope you enjoyed this week's video learning about muscle spasms and spasticity with the benefits and the disadvantages and how it kind of affects someone's life. The other thing I will say quickly too is that people all have different levels of spasticity, and some people don't even have any spasticity at all with a spinal cord injury. It all depends on your level of injury and whether it's incomplete or complete. So yeah, I hope you guys enjoyed this video. If you did, please give it a thumbs up and let me know in the comments below any suggestions that you have on upcoming videos. See you guys later. Thank you.
I'm getting stronger, step by step. The clock is ticking, but there's no time for regrets.